Just want to thank everybody. I want to thank AJ and your team for hosting this morning's breakfast. I just at this point want to introduce Maria Bruno. She's going to be our guest speaker. Maria is the Director of Marketing at Hudson Hills Rehab. She's been with Infinity Care for over a year and previously worked at our sister facility at Yonkers Center. She prides herself on a relationship with allied health partners to seamlessly transition patients to subacute rehab and long-term care to have the best experience possible. She has been in this industry serving Greater New York for 6+ years. She believes community partnerships are essential for knowledge sharing and developing the best outcomes for those in need of our services. She will speak on our newly launched Spanish program and unit. Welcome, Maria.
Good morning, and thank you guys for coming. I'm Maria Bruno. So today we're going to be speaking about the new Spanish unit that we have on the 3rd floor. So Yonkers has a very strong Spanish population, and I feel like it's already scary enough to bring a loved one into a skilled or long-term facility. But now if you add a language barrier on top of that, it's even more terrifying. So what I want to provide for Hudson Hill is for Latinos to have a safe place to come, whether that's long-term or short-term. So if you have a language barrier, it's hard to communicate with people. And I really want people to feel like they're seen and heard. And if you don't feel heard, you don't feel seen. And we're also going to implement music, we're going to implement food, so that they can feel like they have a piece of home. Because even if it's going to be for long terms and they have Alzheimer's or dementia, you forget English, but you're not going to forget Spanish. So to have that is going to be a sense of comfort. As well, there's family members that will literally bring in Spanish food. So now that family member is working and they're cooking and then they're coming here and they're just doing so much and they're so tired. So we can provide that cultural food for them. It's going to save so much time and it's going to allow the resident to feel comfortable and also the loved one to feel at peace. We have a 24-hour open door policy. So us Latinos, we like to watch novelas together. So I always encourage us to come, hey, with your loved one, we'll have cafecito, we'll have crackers, and you can watch that with your loved one and have that moment, have that memory. That was a very important memory for me. I remember being younger and my grandmother would take me out of school to translate because she couldn't speak to the doctor. So to see a loved one feel relieved, it's like I'm paying a debt to my grandmother, right? Because then they don't have that feeling of like, oh my God, I'm leaving them, but my loved one only knows Spanish. So then that loved one feels like they always have to be here to translate for them. And then also too, when you see the unit, we have like different textiles. So yellows, blues, I don't know about you guys, but when you go to Puerto Rico or when you go to the Dominican Republic, it's very, colorful and smile. And I just want this unit to feel like a piece of home. And I want the Latinos in this community to know that they have somewhere to go and it's not going to be scary and it will be a good transition. So I'm so excited to show you guys. Thank you guys for your time and that's about it.
So thanks again for everybody that came through today. A lot of familiar faces from last year, so we embrace the continued. I work for the managing company Infinite Care. That manages Hudson Hill and Yonkers Center and other facilities in the Greater New York and New York area. I just want to say, last year was such a good think tank. Talking to a lot of you, understanding what our community needs. These meetings are so necessary for us to hear feedback from the community and sort of take that and reflect and build out programs such as the Spanish program. We have a lot more exciting things happening here in the upcoming years. And I want to welcome all of you to continue to provide that feedback. And also, Maria will be happy to show you around on the Spanish program unit. So once again, thanks again for coming today. Welcome to Hudson Hill.
At this time, I would like to welcome our County Executive George Latimer.
Thanks very much. Always happy to be here in Yonkers, and I've already spent a couple hours in Yonkers since getting off the Press County. The county is well represented here by Yonkers resident and our friend Ken Jenkins, Deputy County Executive. Now you own her as a member of the City Council, but we have a little dibs on her as well because she's part of our executive team at Economic Development, Corazon Pineda Isaacs. And from the distant land of Dobbs Ferry, we have our Director of Program and Policy, Shari Rosen-Asher, who is also an elected official trustee from the village. Very simply, I'm looking forward to hear Maria speak today, and I know that we will learn something from her presentation. And we always want to show you that the county is very much a partner with the city. The things that are important to Yonkers are important to Westchester too. Yonkers rises, Westchester rises. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. So I'll just repeat the same thing that I said before. So we have a new Spanish unit on the 3rd floor that really accommodates the Latinos here in Yonkers. We want to make them feel safe and heard and seen, and pretty much it provides no language barrier, so that they feel heard, whether that's the smallest thing to the biggest of thing. And we also want to teach them different things as well, such as English, if they would like to learn. We also have different activities that we'll be having for different nationalities of the Latinos. So we want to make them feel comfortable. We want to make the family members feel comfortable as well. We also want to provide them with cultural food so that families are not coming to the nursing home cooking until they can feel comfortable and they can also feel at peace. We have a 24-hour open door policy, so they can always come, and if they want to spend time at nighttime, watch novelas, drink coffee with them, just spend that time with them and also feel like they're at home. Because sometimes residents feel uncomfortable, like as if this is not their home. And I want it to feel short-term and long-term, for them to feel heard and seen and like a safe place for them to go. And thank you.
Thank you. We have a few raffles.